Hey guys, and welcome back to this week's episode of Tunes with Tara. My name is Tara. It's very nice to have you all back this week. This week, I have a request for you, a request that has been on the list for literally the last 3 years. I think you guys have been requesting it since I first started my YouTube channel and kind of first rebooted it back in 2019. So without further ado, this is probably one of the most recognizable songs in existence by the fantastic McLean. I hope you enjoy it.
A long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. And I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day. The music died. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die." Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so. And do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? And I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off the shoes, and I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage bronco buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, and I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. The good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die." Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone, but that's not how it used to be. And when the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, in a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned. No verdict was returned. Lenin read a book on Marx. A quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark the day the music died. And we were singing blast in fits of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan's spell. And as the flames climbed high into the night, the light, the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight the day the music died. And he was singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die. I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man said the music wouldn't play. But in the streets the children screamed, mothers cried, and the poets dreamed. Not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken. And the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast the day the music died. And they were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. So bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. The good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die.
Thank you so much for listening to that song. If you liked it, please click the like button, click subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications when I post new videos every single Sunday. Until next time, I will see you guys all later. Bye, guys.